Ash, the creative realtor. My path in real estate hasn't been traditional, but in this video, we will cover what I've learned, what I've faced, and why I chose the path that I did when it comes to being the creative realtor. Let's get into it. So, as a creative and entrepreneur, I know first and foremost of trying to get a vision out and life fighting you in the process. When I first entered real estate, I thought that I was going to be able to join a team, um, gain guidance, gain support and connection. But I quickly realized that that wasn't the case, at least for me. I know when people enter the field, they're immediately great at connecting with people, talking to people, and having that mentality of let's get this business going and let's get this transaction out the way so I can build a stable life. Um, Me being from the South, I was never the traditional kind of person. Um, I was used to connecting with people who were close to me, getting to know people, having the mentality of when you speak to someone, you catch up. It's not like a quick, let's touch on a few points and then I won't talk to you for months or, a year later when you're ready to, make a transaction or whatever. Um, I was genuinely built on relationships, and mainly from family, and getting to know people along the journey. So when I got into real estate, I understood that the traditional structure was draining for me. It wasn't enjoyable. Um, and that was a hard pill to swallow ultimately because I was a person that understood the direction that I needed to take in order for my business to get off the ground, but it wasn't something that I could get on board with. Um, Naturally, when you get your real estate license, um, you are entering a field that has a huge learning curve. For me, I luckily had the privilege of having a history of working and managing hotels, um, and leasing agent experience that I understood CRM systems. I understood how to talk to vendors and, kind of connect with people on a transactional viewpoint. Um, but that's not the case for everybody. When other people get in the field, they have to learn these things. But I like to say this, getting into real estate, we are in a position that we're already overwhelmed with how the industry operates. There's so much to learn. There's so many do's and don'ts, laws that you have to abide by. There's so many different people and voices in your ear that ultimately you just don't know which direction to start with. Um, so when I got into the field, that was a big struggle for me. I was really quick at learning and adapting, right? But the tradition of just meeting people just to meet people and not really follow up with them wasn't in my DNA. So I became lost in the beginning. I struggled with finding peace in my journey. Um, I was stressed out, if I'm being honest. I was stressed out not because of the learning itself, but I was stressed out because I felt that I had no identity. in the field. And that was bothersome to me. That it wasn't a thing that I was comfortable with. So, getting into like why I serve the people that I serve. I serve all people first and foremost, but why I decided to go into the creative route is because I was a creative myself. And that was hard for me to figure out, even before I got into real estate. Um, I never pinpointed or could pinpoint how I was the person that was supposed to be um, bringing my unique value into a field that was traditional. So, why I work with people that are creatives is because I understand them. I understand what it means to struggle mentally, emotionally, even financially when trying to pursue a passion that you want to get out into the world, but it's your own path. So no one really have the answers. They can only give you the basics. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people don't talk about in real estate is that you must learn the basics. Yes, you can learn the basics, but no one can really tell you how to find your own way in the field. So, what did the journey teach me? My journey taught me that my story doesn't have to look like everyone else's. And I know that sounds so cliche, but you never fully understand it until you're in it and trying to align your path with your truth. Um, and there's beauty in creating it your way. It's nothing wrong with that. No one can tell you your way is wrong. It's what's true to you. So for me, I want the people that I serve to be able to find peace in their journey the way that I've learned to build it for myself. Um, the struggle, the stress, it all comes with it. That's life. But finding peace in the midst of all of the chaos and the not knowing and the voices in your ear, there's something different about knowing when to listen to yourself and knowing when your journey is not theirs and they will never understand that. So, as a creative realtor, I first and foremost guide from experience. I guide from understanding that the person is just as important as the quote unquote transaction. Um, and I feel like the journey of finding what stress free living means to that person is the ultimate goal because we want to live a life that not that that does not bring you challenges, but a life that where I can find peace in that challenge. So that's me, Ash, the creative realtor. um, I've just been on a journey of a lot of self discovery. So I definitely take passion in wanting to see and understand where other people are in their journey. If you are a realtor, I do want to say this: the business itself is hard. Don't be hard on yourself. Create it the way that you want to create it and align it the way you want to align it. Everything isn't going to be black and white. And when you hone in on your gifts, is when things get very interesting. So I hope that I gave you more insight and um, motivation, honestly. My hope is that this video touches somebody. It doesn't have to touch everybody, but I hope that it touches somebody. So um, I'm Ash, the creative realtor, and I'll see you in the next video.